If you're between 65 and 80 and can still do the following 8 things, you're not just aging well, you're a rare gem, and your chances of living to 100 are higher than you might think. Longevity isn't just about luck or genetics. It's about the small habits you practice every day, often without realizing their significance. Many people assume that aging comes with inevitable decline, but that's not the full story. The truth is, some people maintain strength, flexibility, and mental sharpness far beyond what most expect. They move with ease, stay engaged, and retain abilities that many others their age struggle with. These individuals often live not just longer but better. In this video, we're going to go through 8 key things that set you apart. If you can still do these things, you're on track for a longer, healthier life. Some of them may surprise you, but each one is a powerful indicator of longevity. Stay with me until the end because the last one is something few people think about, yet it plays a major role in determining not just how long but how well you live. Bellhop bell before we begin. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If you don't like it, type 0 so I can improve future content for you. White heavy checkmark sign 1. You can get up from a chair without using your hands. One of the clearest signs of longevity isn't how fast you walk or how much you can lift. It's something much simpler. If you can still get up from a chair without using your hands for support, that's a strong indicator of overall physical health, balance, and muscle strength. More importantly, it's one of the best predictors of how long you'll maintain your independence. As we age, muscle loss happens naturally. But how much we lose and how quickly depends on how we use our bodies. The ability to stand up from a chair using only your legs is a sign of strong lower body muscles, good balance, and solid core stability. If you need to push off with your hands or lean forward heavily to stand up, that's a sign that your leg strength may be fading. Think about the last time you got up from a seated position. Did you do it effortlessly, or did you feel like you needed a little extra push? Many people don't realize they're losing strength until something small, like struggling to stand from a low chair, becomes noticeable. Take someone like Harold, 77. He was always active, but one day he realized that standing up from his recliner wasn't as easy as it used to be. He had to push off with his hands. At first, he thought it was just part of aging, but when his doctor explained that leg strength is one of the biggest factors in fall prevention, he decided to start doing simple exercises to regain that strength. Within a few months, he was standing up easily again, and more importantly, he felt stronger and more confident in his movements. Why does this ability matter so much? Lower body strength is tied to mobility and balance. Weak legs mean a higher fall risk, and falls are one of the leading causes of injury-related complications in older adults. If you can still rise from a chair without using your hands, that means your legs are still strong enough to support you. Your balance is still intact. Your coordination is still sharp. All these are key indicators of longevity. And if you've noticed that you do need your hands to push off, don't worry. Strength can be rebuilt at any age. Simple exercises like squats, seated leg lifts, and standing heel raises can help restore the muscle strength needed to maintain this ability. The key is consistency. Small efforts each day lead to big results over time. So, the next time you stand up from a chair, pay attention to how you do it. If you can do it effortlessly, that's a sign that you're in better shape than you may realize. It's a small action, but it speaks volumes about your long-term health. Man running sign 2. You can walk at a brisk pace without feeling out of breath. One of the most powerful indicators of longevity isn't just how far you can walk. It's how fast. If you're between 65 and 80 and can still walk at a brisk pace without getting winded, you're in a rare category. Walking speed is directly linked to lifespan, and studies have shown that people who maintain a strong walking pace tend to live longer, healthier lives. This isn't just about being in shape. It's about cardiovascular health, lung function, muscle endurance, overall vitality. Walking at a steady, confident pace signals that your heart is strong, your lungs are supplying oxygen properly, and your muscles have the endurance to keep you moving. Think about how you walk when you head out for a stroll. Do you move with purpose? Or do you find yourself slowing down more than you used to? Do you need to stop and catch your breath after a short distance? A slower walking pace can be one of the earliest signs of declining health, and it often happens so gradually that people don't even notice. Take someone like William, 74. He had always been an active man, but he started realizing that his walks were taking longer than usual. At first, he thought he was just being cautious. But then he noticed something else. His breathing felt heavy when he climbed a flight of stairs. That's when he decided to start paying attention to his walking speed. He began timing himself over short distances, making sure he could maintain a steady pace without getting winded. Over time, he improved his endurance, regained his confidence, and felt years younger. Walking isn't just about getting from one place to another, it's a reflection of overall health. A strong, steady pace means your cardiovascular system is working efficiently. Your muscles are staying engaged. Your balance is still intact. And beyond the physical benefits, walking also supports brain function, helping keep memory sharp and reducing the risk of cognitive decline. 3 o'clock, test your walking speed. If you're not sure where you stand, try this simple test. Walk at a normal pace for about 10 feet. Then pick up the speed as if you were walking to catch an elevator before it closes. If you can do this comfortably without feeling short of breath, that's a great sign. But if you feel winded or unsteady, it may be time to work on your endurance. Here's the good news. Your walking speed doesn't require intense workouts. Taking regular walks, focusing on good posture, and making an effort to increase your pace just a little each time can make a huge difference. Even small improvements in walking speed can add years to your life. Woman walking, sign 3. You can balance on one foot for at least 10 seconds. Balance is one of those things most people don't think about until they start losing it. But the truth is, your ability to balance, even for just a few seconds, is a powerful indicator of how well your body is aging. If you're between 65 and 80 and can still stand on one foot for at least 10 seconds without wobbling, you're in excellent shape. In fact, studies show that balance is directly linked to longevity. Those who maintain good balance are not only less likely to experience falls, but also tend to enjoy better overall mobility and independence. Who maintain it well into their later years tend to live longer, healthier lives. Good balance isn't just about preventing falls. It's a sign that your nervous system, muscles, and reflexes are all working together in harmony. When you stand on one foot, you're engaging multiple systems in your body: your vision, inner ear, and proprioception, your body's ability to sense its position in space. If any of these systems start to decline, balance is one of the first things to suffer. Think about the last time you put on a sock while standing. Were you able to stay steady, or did you need to lean against something? A small change in balance can creep up gradually, and many people don't realize they're losing stability until a stumble, or an almost fall, catches them off guard. Direct hit. Take Frank, 76, for example. He had always been fairly active, but one day, while getting dressed, he noticed that balancing on one foot to put on his pants was harder than before. At first, he thought it was just a fluke, but when he tried standing on one foot intentionally, he could barely last a few seconds without tipping. That was a wake-up call. Frank started incorporating balance exercises into his daily routine, and within weeks, he noticed a huge difference, not just in his stability but in his confidence when moving around. Balance scale. Why balance matters so much. Balance is one of the best predictors of fall risk. And as you probably know, falls are one of the leading causes of injury and hospitalization in older adults. The stronger your balance, the lower your chances of experiencing a life-altering fall. If you're curious about where you stand, try this simple test. Stand near a counter or a sturdy surface you can grab if needed. Lift one foot off the ground and see if you can hold your balance for 10 seconds. White heavy check mark if you can do this comfortably. That's a fantastic sign. Cross mark if not, don't worry. Balance can be improved with simple exercises like standing heel raises, side leg lifts, shifting your weight from one foot to the other. The key is to practice a little every day to keep your coordination sharp. Maintaining good balance isn't just about staying steady on your feet. It's about keeping your independence for years to come. The stronger your balance, the more confidently you can move through life without fear of falling or losing mobility. So, the next time you're standing in line at the grocery store or brushing your teeth, try balancing on one foot for a few seconds. If you can do it with ease, Take it as a strong sign that your body is working well and that you're on track for a long, healthy life. Person in lotus position sign 4. You can get down on the floor and back up without assistance. One of the strongest indicators of longevity isn't just about strength or endurance, it's about mobility. If you can still get down on the floor and back up without assistance, you have a major advantage over many people your age. This ability is a direct reflection of your flexibility, muscle strength, coordination, overall mobility. All of these play a critical role in maintaining independence as you age. Face why this ability matters so much. Many adults start avoiding the floor altogether because they worry they won't be able to get back up. But the moment you stop using certain movements, your body starts losing the ability to perform them. Being able to lower yourself down and push yourself back up again means that your legs, core, and upper body are still working in sync, something that becomes increasingly rare after 65. Direct hit. Consider Joseph, 78. He never thought much about getting on the floor until one day. His grandson wanted to play a board game while sitting down. Joseph hesitated, not because he didn't want to play, but because he wasn't sure he could comfortably get back up. That's when he realized he needed to work on his mobility. He started practicing slow, controlled movements, squatting, kneeling, and pushing himself up using his legs instead of relying on furniture. Over time, he regained the ability to get down and up with ease, and more importantly, he felt confident in his movements again. Chart increasing, a strong predictor of longevity. The ability to get up from the floor without help is one of the strongest predictors of longevity. Research has shown that those who struggle with this movement are more likely to experience mobility limitations later in life. Why? Because it signals overall physical decline, weak muscles, reduced flexibility, and compromised balance. On the other hand, those who maintain this ability tend to remain active, independent, and resilient. Test tube. Test yourself. Stand near a chair for safety. Lower yourself to the floor slowly and see if you can get back up without grabbing onto anything. White heavy check mark if you can do this effortlessly. That's a fantastic sign. Cross mark if you struggle. Don't be discouraged. Mobility can be improved with daily stretching, strength exercises, practicing controlled movements that mimic getting up from a low position. Maintaining this ability isn't just about convenience, it's about staying self-sufficient. If you ever need to get down to reach something, tie your shoes, or even catch yourself after a stumble, having the strength and coordination to recover can make all the difference. So, the next time you avoid the floor, ask yourself, is it because you're uncomfortable getting back up? If you can still do this movement with ease, take it as a powerful sign that your body is aging well and that you're on the right path to a long, healthy life. Shopping cart sign 5. You can carry a full grocery bag without struggling. Strength isn't just about lifting heavy weights at the gym. It's about handling everyday tasks with ease. If you can still carry a full grocery bag without struggling, you're in far better shape than many people your age. The ability to lift and carry objects comfortably is a strong indicator of muscle strength, endurance, functional fitness. All of these contribute to a longer, healthier life. Flex biceps. Why grip strength matters more than you think. Many people underestimate how important grip strength and upper body endurance are until they start to decline. Carrying groceries, opening a jar, or even lifting a suitcase requires more than just arm strength. It involves your shoulders, back, and core as well. Studies have shown that grip strength is one of the most accurate predictors of longevity. Those with stronger grips tend to live longer, healthier lives, while those who struggle with basic lifting tasks are more likely to experience declines in mobility and overall health. Direct hit. Think about the last time you brought groceries inside. Did you pick up the bags without thinking twice? Or did you feel like you had to pause and shift the weight to avoid straining yourself? Do you ever find yourself asking for help with carrying everyday objects that once felt effortless? These small changes often happen so gradually that people don't even notice them at first. Books. Take Richard, 75, for example. He had always prided himself on being independent. But one day, after a routine grocery run, he realized he was having trouble carrying the bags up the front steps. It wasn't that the bags were heavier than usual. His body had just lost some of the strength he once had. That's when Richard made the decision to start doing simple strength exercises, focusing on his arms, shoulders, and grip. Within a few months, not only was he carrying his groceries with ease again, but he also noticed that his energy levels improved and everyday tasks felt less tiring. Light bulb, the good news? Maintaining strength doesn't require heavy weightlifting. Even small efforts can go a long way, such as squeezing a rubber ball to improve grip strength, lifting light hand weights, doing push-ups against the kitchen counter. White heavy check mark, the key is consistency. Just a few minutes of daily effort can help maintain strength and keep your body functioning well for years to come. Strength-based movement, the key to staying independent. Performing strength-based movements each day can make a huge difference in maintaining muscle mass and preventing unnecessary physical decline. Carrying groceries, lifting household objects, and holding on to things with confidence isn't just about convenience. It's about staying independent. When your muscles are strong, you're less likely to experience fatigue, weakness, or injuries. And most importantly, you'll be able to continue handling daily activities on your own, without hesitation. Shopping cart, next time you lift a grocery bag, pay attention to how it feels. If you can carry it with ease, take it as a strong sign that your body's aging well and that you're on track for a long, active life. Man running, sign 6. You can climb a flight of stairs without stopping. Stairs might seem like a simple challenge, but they are one of the most revealing tests of physical endurance, heart health, and lower body strength. If you can still climb a flight of stairs without stopping to catch your breath, you're doing far better than most people your age, and you have a strong indicator of longevity on your side. Fire, why climbing stairs is so important. Climbing stairs requires a combination of balance to keep you steady, muscle power to push you upward, cardiovascular endurance to keep oxygen flowing. Your legs need strength, your heart and lungs need to work efficiently, and your coordination needs to be sharp to keep your footing steady. If any of these systems start to decline, stairs become noticeably harder. Stopwatch, think back to the last time you climbed a flight of stairs. Did you feel strong and steady? Or did you find yourself pausing midway, feeling a little winded? Many people don't realize their endurance is fading until they start avoiding stairs altogether, opting for elevators or escalators instead. But that avoidance only makes the problem worse, leading to muscle loss and reduced stamina over time. Direct hit, take George, 73, for example. George used to take the stairs without thinking twice, but over time he started making small adjustments, choosing the elevator more often, avoiding certain buildings, or simply walking slower. He didn't think much of it until one day, he had to climb a short flight of stairs at a friend's house and found himself completely out of breath by the time he reached the top. That was his wake-up call. George began taking the stairs whenever possible, starting slowly and gradually building up his endurance. Within weeks, he noticed a change. His legs felt stronger, his breathing improved, and stairs no longer felt like a challenge. Red heart, a reflection of your heart health. The ability to climb stairs is a direct reflection of your heart health. Doctors often use stair climbing as a quick assessment of cardiovascular fitness. White heavy check mark, if you can go up a flight without feeling exhausted, it means your heart and lungs are still working efficiently, which is a great predictor of long-term health. Test tube, test yourself. Find a staircase with at least 10 steps. Walk up at a steady pace and see how you feel at the top. White heavy check mark, if you can do this without stopping and without feeling winded. That's a fantastic sign. Cross mark, if you struggle, don't worry. It's something you can improve. Taking the stairs more often, walking at a brisk pace, and doing simple leg strengthening exercises can help rebuild the endurance needed to keep stairs from feeling like an obstacle. Trophy, maintaining the ability to climb stairs isn't just about strength. It's about keeping your independence. If you can still do this with confidence, it means your heart is strong, your muscles are active, your energy levels are high, all signs that you're on track for a long, healthy life. Brain, sign 7. You can remember recent conversations and events clearly. Physical health is a key factor in longevity, but cognitive health is just as important. If you can recall recent conversations, names, and stay mentally sharp in your daily life, you have one of the strongest predictors of a long, fulfilling life. Puzzle piece, why memory and brain function matter. Your memory and brain function don't just reflect intelligence. They indicate the overall health of your circulation and nervous system. As we age, it's natural to experience occasional forgetfulness, like misplacing your keys or struggling to recall a word. But there's a big difference between minor lapses and noticeable cognitive decline. Think about your typical day. Do you find yourself struggling to remember what you had for breakfast? Or can you easily recall details from a conversation you had yesterday? Are you still able to learn new information, solve problems, and focus on complex tasks? These small signs tell you a lot about the health of your brain. Take Paul, 79, for example. Paul noticed that while many of his peers were starting to struggle with memory loss, he still felt mentally sharp. He could recall details from conversations weeks later, solve crossword puzzles with ease, and keep up with new technology. What Paul didn't realize was that his daily habits, reading, staying socially engaged, and challenging his brain, were keeping his mind strong and resilient. The brain is like a muscle, it needs exercise. People who read daily. Play strategy games. Learn new skills. Engage in stimulating conversations. Tend to maintain their cognitive function much longer than those who don't. Handshake social engagement plays a huge role in brain health. Isolation and lack of engagement can accelerate cognitive decline, while frequent interactions with family, friends, or community groups help keep the mind sharp. Test your mental sharpness. Try recalling what you ate for dinner 2 nights ago, or memorize a short list of words and repeat them back a few minutes later. If this feels easy, that's a great sign that your cognitive function is still strong. Crossmark if it feels challenging. Don't worry. There are plenty of ways to keep your brain sharp. Reading, learning new skills, engaging in social activities. Even walking regularly can improve brain function and slow cognitive decline. A sharp memory isn't just about convenience. It's about quality of life. When your brain stays strong, you can continue making decisions for yourself. Engage in meaningful conversations. Maintain your independence. All of which contribute to a longer, healthier, and more fulfilling life. Party popper final thoughts. Maintaining strength, balance, and cognitive function aren't just about adding years to your life. They're about adding life to your years. If you're still doing these things with ease, you're not just aging well, you're thriving. If you've made it this far and are finding these insights valuable, comment 7 below to let me know you're still here. And now, let's move on to the next sign that indicates you're on the right path to longevity. Enjoying life to the fullest. If you can still recall details easily and stay mentally engaged, you have one of the strongest indicators of longevity. Sleeping face sign 8. You wake up feeling rested and ready for the day. One of the most overlooked but powerful indicators of longevity is the quality of your sleep. If you're between 65 and 80 and still wake up feeling rested and ready to start your day, you have a major advantage over many people your age. Good sleep is one of the strongest predictors of long-term health, affecting everything from heart and brain function, immune system performance, energy levels throughout the day. Alarm clock. Why sleep quality matters so much. As we get older, sleep patterns naturally change. Many seniors struggle with falling asleep, staying asleep, waking up too early, and feeling tired throughout the day. If you're still getting quality rest, meaning you sleep deeply, wake up refreshed, and feel alert during the day, it's a sign that your body is functioning well and repairing itself properly at night. Faced with monocle, think about how you wake up in the morning. Do you feel energized and ready to take on the day? Or do you feel groggy, sluggish, and like you didn't get enough rest? Many people assume that poor sleep is just a part of aging, but that's not true. While some changes in sleep are normal, consistently waking up feeling exhausted can be a sign of underlying health issues like warning poor circulation, warning unbalanced hormones, warning undiagnosed sleep apnea. Direct hit. Consider Roger, 74. Roger used to sleep through the night with no problem, but as he got older, he started waking up multiple times feeling restless and needing naps during the day. At first, he brushed it off as just part of aging. But after making a few small adjustments like sticking to a regular bedtime, reducing screen time before bed, creating a relaxing nighttime routine. Roger found that he was sleeping better, waking up with more energy, and feeling sharper throughout the day. Brain sleep isn't just about feeling rested. It's about repair and protection. Quality sleep plays a huge role in repairing cells, keeping your brain sharp, and maintaining a strong immune system. People who get high-quality sleep tend to have white heavy checkmark lower risks of heart disease, stroke, and cognitive decline. White heavy checkmark healthier weight levels. White heavy checkmark more stable energy throughout the day. ZZZ is your sleep quality where it should be. Ask yourself, do you wake up naturally without an alarm? Do you fall asleep within 20 to 30 minutes of lying down? Do you feel alert and focused in the morning? White heavy checkmark if you answered yes, that's a fantastic sign. Cross mark if you struggle with sleep, don't ignore it. Memo: simple lifestyle changes can improve sleep quality. Reduce caffeine intake in the afternoon. Keep a consistent bedtime. Ensure your bedroom is cool, quiet, and dark. A well-rested body is a strong body. When you sleep well, you wake up ready to move, think clearly, and take on the day with confidence. White heavy checkmark if you're someone who still gets quality sleep. That's a powerful indicator that your body is functioning at a high level and that you have a great chance of living a long, healthy life. Direct hit final thoughts. Reflecting on your journey to longevity. As we wrap up this video, take a moment to reflect on how many of these 8 signs apply to you. If you found yourself nodding along, recognizing these abilities in yourself, you're doing far better than you may realize. Maintaining white heavy checkmark strength and balance. White heavy checkmark endurance and cognitive sharpness. White heavy checkmark quality sleep and energy levels. Well into your 60s, 70s, and beyond isn't just a sign of good health. It's a sign that you're on track for a longer, more independent life. Light bulb: you're not just aging, you're thriving. Many people assume that aging means inevitable decline, but that's not the full story. White heavy checkmark: your body and mind are capable of staying strong and sharp well into your later years, and these signs are proof of that. White heavy checkmark: if you can still do these things, it means your muscles are strong, your heart is pumping efficiently, your brain is staying sharp, your energy levels are supporting your daily activities. In other words, you're not just aging, you're thriving. Glowing star: but remember, it's never too late to improve. Even if you noticed a few areas where you could improve, don't be discouraged. White heavy checkmark strength can be rebuilt. White heavy checkmark endurance can be improved. White heavy checkmark balance and memory can be sharpened. Small, consistent efforts make all the difference. Your body is capable of adapting and growing stronger at any age. Trophy: the key is to stay active, engaged, and challenged. Stay active. Move your body regularly. Stay engaged. Connect with others and keep your mind stimulated. Keep challenging yourself. Try new things and never stop learning. Fire: now it's your turn. How many of these 8 signs do you recognize in yourself? White heavy checkmark: which one stood out the most to you? We'd love to hear from you. Speech balloon: leave a comment below sharing one thing you learned today and how you plan to apply it in your life. Loudspeaker: your feedback matters. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. Movie camera: if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire you. Raising hands: thanks for watching. See you in the next video. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Party Popper.